Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. For regular viewers of my content, you will notice this video will carry a much different tune than you may be accustomed to. The featured auditor in today's video is a person who disappeared from YouTube for about 7 months when his abhorrent past was exposed by multiple channels throughout our genre. There are some people in this world whose behavior defies explanation. They may seem to operate on a different level, driven by motives and impulses that are impossible for others to comprehend. This is a story about one such person. A man who has previously been seen as unrepentant after police found certain images on his computer, which he eventually pled guilty to. While some may find the details of this story difficult to stomach, it's an important reminder that we must never underestimate the power of those who choose to act in harmful and destructive ways. It's not often that we're forced to confront the dark natures of human nature, but sometimes the truth is too ugly to ignore. The way I've decided to tell this story is by first letting him introduce himself, followed up by a few short clips from his quote comeback audit. The bulk of the video will be coming from an interview that took place last fall, where Kate from Troll Mafia Official systematically demolished this man at every turn. Before we begin the video, I wanted to speak directly with the viewers about an internal struggle I had about demonetizing versus monetizing this video. My struggle wasn't about monetary gain versus non-monetary gain. It was about how to reach as many viewers as possible, because I firmly believe, no matter which side of the aisle you're on, that this man doesn't belong in this space. One reason for my decision is that YouTube's algorithms tend to promote content that is advertiser friendly, as advertisers are a major source of revenue for this platform. When a video is demonetized, it may be less likely to be recommended or featured by YouTube's algorithms, which can limit its reach and visibility. Saying that, I have decided to attempt to monetize this video. At this juncture, I'm not quite sure how YouTube will label it, but I will be posting the outcome either way in the description. This auditor also likes to strike channels who expose him, or in my case, re-expose him. For those two reasons, this video will be partially censored, but I believe the heart of it will remain. For a full, raw, and unedited version of his interview, I have linked Kate's interview below. Alright, here's the man that goes by Independent First Amendment Auditor.
All right, as you guys can see, I'm back doing my thing. As you guys can see, I do apologize for my long absence on this channel. I know a lot of you are probably glad I wasn't doing any uploading or being up on this channel at all, and some of you were pretty happy about that. But I also understand that some of you were kind of saddened that I stopped doing this.
At first, I was going to call BS that anyone was actually sad that he went away, but to my dismay, the very next clip may prove otherwise.
So, but again, before I get to the video, let me go ahead and show you my new gear that was helped to purchase. Basically, I had supporters buy me some new equipment so I can go out and do these audits and stick up for our constitutional rights. So here's the new piece of equipment that I want to show you guys real quick. So hold on a second. All right, here's the bad boy right here, all in its glory.
This is just another reason this video needed to be made, as there seem to be supporters of his who are unaware of his past. Okay, let's quickly transition to his ridiculous audit.
All right, guys, I'm back. As you guys can see, I'm over here at the United States Courthouse here in downtown Pensacola.
How can we help you, sir?
How you doing, boss? How you doing? Just checking the place out.
You're not recording, are you?
What's that?
It's inappropriate to be recording. You're not recording, are you?
Oh, this is the lobby, right?
It's federal courthouse, yes.
Oh, I realize that.
Okay.
I mean, is this a public area right here?
Are you trying to find a specific place?
Oh no, I've never been in here.
Okay.
I've never seen the place before, so that's why I wanted to check it out. Here comes trouble. Is that okay? Wow, this is nice. So we can't go past that, is what you're saying.
I don't think it's supposed to be in here at all.
Why is that? So here comes trouble.
Sir, you're not allowed to videotape the courthouse
Why is that, sir?
because you're not allowed to. You're going to have to leave with that.
Step outside, sir.
Go ahead. We'll talk about it out here.
Isn't this the lobby?
Step outside.
Is it?
Yep.
Wait,
Sir,
wait, wait,
step
wait.
outside.
Isn't this the
Sir,
lobby?
if you'll step outside.
Step outside.
The man's directing you outside.
This is the lobby, right?
Sir,
Step outside. I know what it is. I said step outside. That's good.
Don't put your hands on me. Don't do
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, step outside, sir.
You stand right here.
First, remember this was in Pensacola, Florida, as that will become relevant later on in the video. Second, good luck just aimlessly walking around trying to record in a federal courthouse.
This is federal. This guy don't do nothing either. I'm a taxpayer. Look, guys, they're already putting hands on me.
Get outside. We're going to talk about it out
This is a
there.
lobby right here. I'm not
I know what it is.
Step outside.
open to the public. See, he knows what it is, but he's still going to violate my rights for being in a public lobby. Here's some more of this bullshit. Lies after lies after lies.
Sir, can I talk to you outside?
What's that?
I said, can I talk to you outside?
Well, these guys are being rude.
I'm being polite. I know you're videotaping me.
Okay, but these guys are being rude. I don't know what I do wrong.
It's their job, and you're not allowed to film inside the building.
This is public.
No, it's not. Inside the
It
courthouse.
is. Not a public lobby right here?
No, sir. If we could talk outside, if you don't mind.
All right,
I'm being
outside.
all right. Cool.
It's cool. Keep in mind now, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind now, ladies and gentlemen. I walked out freely, under my own free will. I didn't get pushed out, told to go out or whatever. I walked out on my own free will. So if you want to call that the walk of shame or whatever it is that you guys use nowadays, you need to watch the video again. I walked out on my own power. Enough said.
You may notice his narcissistic tendencies throughout this video. He reiterates throughout this entire interaction that he was in control of the situation the entire time, that he didn't do the walk of shame, that he simply chose to walk out on his own. His arrogance, grandiosity, and fantasies of power all fit the mold for a narcissist. You will notice this in the interview with Kate as well.
You're trying to be on camera for social media and everything like that.
No, this is a freedom of right.
In the camera, you're not allowed to. I apologize. Inside the building, you're not allowed to videotape. So coming into the building itself, the area here is public because you're outside.
I understand
But
that.
once you go through this building, you're subject to a.
Wrong. For all you naysayers, for all you bootlickers, for all you clowns, for every one of you that agree with this prick, understand this. Where we're standing, yes, absolutely, we are in a public area. But where I was standing too, inside the courthouse public lobby, I'm also allowed to be there too as well.
Lobby. So once you come into the building, policy states that you are subject to being screened. So if you wanted to go inside the building and be screened, but the only way inside the building is if you have an appointment to
Right.
go see probation, a judge, things like that.
Yeah, did you hear the word that you said? Policy.
Yes.
That's
Policy.
not law.
Policy states in this subject. Look, you can sit here. I'm being polite to
I
you.
understand.
And if you give these guys a hard time, then it's gonna be a hard time for everybody. And we're gonna
I was
just.
trying to have a crucial conversation. You started. I was going to finish. That's all.
Would you like to finish?
Well, yeah. I'm trying
Okay.
to keep you professional, and it's, for some reason you don't want to talk to me.
Sure. So I'm gonna head back inside, and we're gonna just kind of keep it as this. And I hope you
Wow.
enjoy your weekend. Yep.
Yeah.
So take care.
You don't care
No.
about freedom. You don't care.
I'm sure you noticed some odd cuts throughout. He was reacting live to his own audit, so I was constantly cutting out his commentary, though I did leave in some that I felt necessary. The next clip is the final one of this audit, where we see some more of his narcissistic behavior. Side note, the scarf you're about to see around his face is very apparent. I keep my channel apolitical, and my hope is that everyone can do the same in the comment section below.
Now you guys see why I do what I do. Okay, now a lot of you guys are going to get in the chat, and you're going to say, "Oh, I did the walk of shame, or I did this, or I did that." I'm gonna let you guys know right here, right now. I will do a follow-up on this one. You guys know that. I will do a follow-up on this. I will check on this and see what happens. Of course, these guys didn't ID themselves, so it's actually going to be quite hard to find out who those people were. So get in the chat. Of course, the people that are going to get in the chat are going to say, "Oh, you pansied out, you did the walk of shame, blah 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 blah, whatever." Okay, you guys are you can say what you want, but I'll say this. We have the First Amendment to the Constitution to go in any federal building that's funded and paid for by our taxes. I totally got violated right there. So
I think most of us can agree that his rights were not violated right here. There are rules that photography is mostly forbidden in federal courthouses without meeting certain conditions set forth previously. Let's move on to his interview with Kate. Just a warning before continuing, the topic you're about to listen to will be disturbing.
So you were arrested on January 9th for robbery in the first degree and criminal impersonation for an event that occurred on January 7th, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So when you were arrested, your vehicle containing a laptop was seized at the time. Okay.
Yes.
During the course of the robbery investigation, Detective Beerley obtained a search warrant for the defendant's computer to search for evidence related to the robbery. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The computer was sent to Lakewood Police Department for a forensic investigation.
Yes.
Examination, rather. On January 26th, 2009, Detective Sale. So now it's gone from Detective Byerly to Detective Sale. All right, so he begins the forensic examination of the computer, and he reports that as he narrowed the search, he almost immediately located what appeared to be pornography.
For a little more context to the initial arrest, he was driving around in what looked like an older model police vehicle while wearing a security guard uniform. He would eventually be arrested for a robbery involving a purse while impersonating a police officer. Upon looking for evidence on his laptop, multiple images and websites were found containing CP.
Okay, so these are your own statements here. All right, so an officer met with you at the Pierce County Jail on 6/29/2010. You were dressed in proper jail attire, was friendly, and made an attempt to answer all questions. You asked to identify any inconsistencies in the declaration for probable cause, and you were informed that you didn't have to answer any of the questions if you may be uncomfortable with them. All right, so 2 days after seeing his father, he was arrested for robbery in the first degree and criminal impersonation. He stated he knows the arrest was based on information his father had passed on to the police.
That's right.
Okay. He said that he has laptop, computer, and in the car, which he took to work with him to watch movies when things became boring and slow on the job. Okay, so he said the next thing he knew, he was charged with pornography that was found on his computer. Mr. Sutton adamantly denied ever downloading or accepting any pornography and keeping these images on his computer.
The majority of the narrative from the detective here was about the robbery and getting the probable cause warrant to search this computer. Even though we learned he would later plead guilty to these charges that landed him on the offenders registry, you'll soon see that he has not one, not two, but 6 different excuses as to how these images were found on his personal computer.
So, and of course, I got lied to by the prosecution and then the attorney I had. They didn't do their jobs. They failed miserably. So I was forced to take a plea.
Narcissists hate taking responsibility for their own actions as they see that as a weakness.
I don't know if you have it in front of you, but the information that came off that hard drive was a Toshiba hard drive. I did remember that. And what gets me is, why is a Toshiba hard drive inside of a Dell laptop? When I had looked it up, when Dell makes their computers, they put Dell hard drives in there. It says right on the hard drive, Dell.
This is him clearly reaching for any excuse that may stick. Dell's hard drives come from manufacturers like Toshiba, Seagate, Hitachi, and I'm sure others as well. Again, this was him looking to point the finger at anyone other than himself.
I want you to understand that report that you have on your screen right now, this was not recorded or video recorded in an interrogation room. Just so you know, this was done without my attorney. And all of this that I supposedly said, there's no record of me saying it except what you see right there. So keep in mind, cops lie. They can put anything they want in a report and say what they want.
Call me skeptical, but I don't think either one of those claims are true, unless he spoke to these detectives knowing he had access to an attorney if wanted or needed.
Yeah. How it started was I bought this computer off of Craigslist, and my dumbass didn't wipe it before I bought it. So I ended up paying the price for somebody else's mistake.
They actually did forensically examine this computer, correct?
Yes, they did.
And they determined that those images were purchased, or not purchased, but downloaded 3 months after when you stated to have bought the computer, correct?
What, the date and time and stuff? Is that what you mean?
Yep, the metadata on the photos, on the images.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're up here stating that you purchased the computer and that it must have been the person you purchased it from, but we can both agree that it was forensically examined, and they determined that the images were downloaded 3 months after when you stated that you purchased the computer, correct? That's what you just said. Yeah. Okay. You acknowledged twice now that the images were downloaded 3 months after you purchased the computer. So how did that happen?
Again, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you on that.
Before he did this interview with Kate, he had hopped on multiple panels with the excuse that the images were on there before he had purchased his laptop on Craigslist. Kate debunked this with the police report stating the images were put on there after the date of purchase.
So in order to share files and folders, and I'm going to show this so that full transparency, because I like to show my work. So in order to share files with you, that person would have had to have your user account and password.
Okay.
Did you give out your user account and password to people that may be driving by?
I do not know. It might have been open. I don't know how that works. You got to understand, I didn't know enough about computers then.
Well, no, I'm looking right here, and it's saying that you would have to have a user account and password in order to access file shared.
His claim about the images being put on his computer wirelessly by some random unknown person was quickly shot down by Kate with simple logic and facts.
Then we go on to the next possibility, which you've expressed, which is that the police put it on there. So do you think that's a possibility?
I don't trust police with a 9-foot pole. So yeah, that could be a possibility.
Okay, so why do you think they would do that?
Why do police do what they do? I have no idea.
So why would they plant on your computer?
Well, again, I don't know how to answer that question, because honestly, I don't know how to answer that question, but that they can do it. They've been there's cases on it. So
You'll notice every time he's hit with a logical question, he simply says he doesn't know how to explain it. Or he says, quote, they can do it, they've been doing it, there's cases on it, so, unquote. So that means the cops just picked you out randomly and snuck these images on your laptop? It doesn't make sense, and that's why he's flailing about. So after Kate meticulously tore apart each and every excuse he had, the crew on the panel finally decided to drop the hammer.
Yeah, at this point, there's only one answer, and it's the simplest one.
Because honestly,
it was him.
You can throw everything at the wall and see if something sticks. You're perfectly, and we tried to do that for an hour now, and nothing sticks, Jeff. Nothing sticks. You can't produce any plausible explanations for this. You don't dispute that the images existed, and every single thing that's found here is linked back to you.
okay.
Yeah, he's simply out of excuses. So finally he agrees that every single image pulled off his laptop was linked directly to him, not the calls from any of these 6 previous excuses.
I've been deleted on Facebook multiple times.
That was
What for?
Because you're a
Okay, and
I think my jaw literally dropped when this happened. Not only did he agree with Kate that all the images linked directly to him, he didn't dispute his predatory behavior when confronted by Shiz.
and you act like
Wow.
what? You're just cool. Oh,
Wow.
that is the worst response.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you for that. No, that was perfect timing. Thank you for that.
Finally,
Everywhere,
some
dude. Why
truth.
would you do that? Like, God, like, I don't even know. Like, that is the worst answer I've ever heard. Like, no.
In all honesty, it was probably time to end the interview here, but Kate gets him one more time before finally kicking off her show.
Oh my God, are you on TikTok? Jeff, are you on TikTok?
no.
I can't hear you guys.
Are you on TikTok?
Are you on TikTok?
Okay. Answer the question. Are you on TikTok?
I'm not going to answer that.
That's a yes.
Holy fuck.
or
Why
minors.
are you on TikTok? For what purpose?
I'm not going to answer that.
Oh my!
Oh my God! Piece
Done
of
here.
shit.
We're done here. You are a
Yeah.
sick. You are a sick. We are done here.
I know Kate at Troll Mafia is seen as a polarizing figure within this space. Saying that, this was some of her best work. Every time this monster attempted to make a claim, Kate was prepared to debunk it every single time. A big shout out to PK over at the Frogs channel also, because I believe it was him who produced these documents for Troll Mafia. I wanted to also touch on a couple of other things. Towards the beginning of the interview, there was a small confrontation about which state or states he was registered in. This is where the fact that he's now back in Florida comes into play.
Your registration right here. You're registered in Pierce County, Washington, and then you're also registered in Florida as well, correct?
Well, that's because I used to live in Florida for 5 years. I no longer live in Florida, so the Florida laws over there do not apply to me. That's where everybody's getting the confusion. I live in Washington State, and I've been in Washington State basically all my life.
Okay, but the Florida one is still active, correct?
No, it shouldn't be on there. I don't live in Florida no more, so I don't know why it still comes up on there.
It's
Okay, yeah.
active as long as this one is active because he maintained address in that state.
Okay.
I
yes.
don't. No. Let me correct you and say this is where it's getting confusion. I do not live in Florida, so that rule.
No,
or law,
you did at one point, so that means there's a reasonable expectation you may return.
No. I'm never going to return to Florida.
His assertion last fall that he would never return to the state of Florida may not seem like a huge deal, but it's just another lie, on top of all the other lies previously told, showing how dishonest this cretin really is. After this interview, to apparently prove them wrong about where he can be, he showed up to a playground to record for approximately an hour. I watched it live at the time, and I can easily say it was the angriest I have ever been while watching these First Amendment auditors. And shortly after that live video, he slithered away until recently.
Go check out my channel, like you just saw there. Independent Dash. Make sure you put the dash in there. Everybody likes to use that and call me Dash. I don't care what you call me. I'm still going to go out and do what I enjoy doing. So that was my very first audit. Well, I shouldn't say my first audit. Obviously, it's not. But since my absence, I guess you can call it, that's my first audit, getting back in the swing of things. So stick around, guys. Things are going to get very interesting. If that's what's on the table of me going out and doing these audits, I can't wait to get out there again and do it again. And you trolls got the nerve and whatnot to bitch about me. Well, believe it or not, folks, we got bigger fucking problems instead of just worrying about little old me. I'm here to do what I got to do, whether you like it or you don't like it. And actually, to be totally honest with you, I gotta say this. I thank you trolls and you haters. Free advertisement. Put my shit out there. I don't care. Because it's gonna get out there one way or another. It is what it is. Keep hating, keep trolling. And I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Let's see you die. Let's see the trolls do a spin video on this and talk shit and put your own spin and narrative on it. Tell more fucking lies. I need the attention.
I will be here, and I will be covering you, Jeffrey Sutton, not for your ill-informed take on the Constitution. No, I'll be covering the fact that you are an unrepentant predator who seems to relish in the attention. But just because you relish the attention will not stop me. That will not deter me. I implore any and all YouTube channels to freely mirror this video if you'd like to help me take a stand against this monster. The circumstances around the contents of his laptop are substantially worse than what I provided in this video. I encourage you to check out Kate's video, linked below, that shows how truly sick this man is. I'm signing off. This is Dummy Kruger, and I'll see you guys on the next video.